everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I hope that y'all are having a blessed day. Today I am here to talk about my March TBR. So today I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I have in the past with my TBR videos. Usually you see me using my TBR jar and I just need to update that if I'm being completely honest, and I wanted less choice available for this month. I am honestly just feeling a little bit chaotic, and so I figured what better way to be chaotic than to let literally fate decide my TBR for the month of March. I will let you know what I decided to put on the spinner wheel because that's what we're using today to pick my TBR. We're using a spinner wheel to pick it. It's right here on my laptop and I'm going to be screen recording so that y'all can see the options that are picked. So the way I put books onto this is I put all of my physical books onto the wheel. I did also pick some that were on my Kindle Unlimited or on my Audible that are sequels of ones I really wanted to get to. I didn't really look in depth on my Kindle, but I just kind of picked some ones from my brain that I knew I was anticipating. That way there's also a chance of me getting ones that haven't just been sitting on my TBR cart for like 4 years, because there are some that had been on here for a while, and that's actually another video idea I have is to read the oldest books on my TBR. So honestly, I just want the wheel to pick for me because I have been completely and utterly like decision stunted lately, or what's the word? Decision paralysis? I don't know the word. I'm sure there is one. And maybe that was it. Also, I'm really sorry for the lighting because we are kind of losing daylight. So if it gets worse, hopefully I'll fix that. I also had to take a brief intermission, so I hope that I didn't move too much. Let's get on with picking our books. We're going to be picking 5 today, unless I decide to pick 6, depending on what picks we get. But let's just start with book number 1. Okay, this spins a lot. Oh, okay, right. Alright, so y'all see what it is. Book number 1 is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I cannot remember how long I've had this book. Like, actually, it's been a long time, but this is one of those like modern classics that I've been wanting to read. And honestly, I don't know much about it. I know it's based in North Carolina, which is super cool because I'm actually gonna be moving there whenever I graduate. This might honestly be like one of those like quick reads. And I just want to have like a bigger knowledge of like modern classics and things like that. I am studying to be a teacher, not like a high school teacher or middle school teacher or anything, but it does really help to have kind of books like these in my classroom and to have a knowledge of these just in case I ever decide to go into upper grades. I have no idea really what this book is about other than like where it's set, and I know that it's really sad. I'm glad to have like a shorter book on the TBR for March. It's less than 400 pages. I think I accidentally just got spoiled when I was checking the page numbers. Okay, well, let's hope that's not what I saw. Anyways, this is book number 1 for the March TBR. Let's go on to picking book number 2. Okay. Okay, I originally got this book at a thrift store, probably Goodwill. If I get my books at thrift stores, it's most likely a Goodwill. If you're hearing banging, it's because I have really loud neighbors. Anyways, I'm almost like 100% positive that the author of this book, Bob Goff, he's a Christian, and this is a nonfiction about, I think, how he met his wife, or it's about how he's seen love as an action in his life. So I think it's a ton of like stories about how he's seen love work in his life. Yeah, it's a Christian nonfiction, but I think it's more of like a storytelling type of nonfiction. And honestly, I picked this up because I am going into a season of marriage and I want to know what like the action of love is. Obviously, I know what it is like in the Bible, but I want like a modern day example of what love looks like. So this is something that I picked up knowing that I would want to read it eventually. This is one of those things that I'll probably like read in chunks and not like super fast. Like, this obviously isn't going to be a book that I binge, but I was really interested in this book. Usually when I read nonfiction, it's very like Christian nonfiction style, and it is usually based on like relationships and love. It's just something that interests me. Yeah, I guess this is book number 2 on our February TBR. Not February, March TBR. So far, not very long books, so that's good, but also 2 books that I don't want to say aren't very interesting. They're probably very interesting. They're just not what I normally read. Like, these are 2 very outside of my genre, normal genres, comfort zone. With that being said, let's move on to book number 3. Okay, so this is one of the books that I added on this spinner wheel because I just honestly wanted to bite the bullet, because I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder such a long time ago that I don't think I actually remember what it was about. Like, I'm pretty sure I read it in like 2021, but I have the sequel and I really need to read it, and I think that I'm not gonna read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, reread it anytime soon. So I was like, I just want to see if I end up enjoying this one, and if not, I can just get them off of my shelf. This was one of those books that I put on here so that I could see if I'm gonna unhaul both of them. This is looking like a great TBR so far. This is gonna be really good for unhauling if I don't enjoy any of these. But this is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is like a YA thriller mystery, and I'm pretty sure we're following Pip, and she, for her senior project, is investigating a murder or a cold case or something like that. I'm really interested in it actually, and I just recently read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it kind of reminded me of this, and I really enjoyed that one. And this is also going to be really fast paced because it is YA, so maybe it'll be good to be on my TBR. Seems like there's a lot of short books on my TBR, and it's one of those things where it's like, do I add another one? Do I add another spin? Do I add 6? I should probably wait. Okay, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. But book 3 on our TBR is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Let's move on to the 4th spin for the March TBR. I don't really want this one. And I know this sounds crazy, but this book has been haunting me. Like, in all of my videos I've talked about this book because I tried to read this literally about a year ago now. It came out last April, and I was so excited for it because I like binged all of the other Powerless books and was waiting for Fearless to come out, and then I read the first 20 pages and never picked it up again. This almost is like a cursed TBR for me, but maybe this will be good to get off my TBR card. This will be good for me. Y'all saw this is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the 3rd and final book in the Powerless trilogy. I think there's another novella after this one that I think has already been published. Basically, this is following Peyton, and she gets put into the purging trials, and it's almost like a dystopian, like fantasy type of story where she does not have powers in a kingdom where everyone is supposed to have powers, and I guess they like kill the ordinaries that don't have powers. It's very fun. It's very fast paced. There's also a love triangle. It's also kind of enemies to lovers, kind of. With all that being said, this is the 3rd one, and this is gonna be the 4th book on our March TBR. Honestly, this might have been the one to make us stay at 5 because this book has been really intimidating me, and I don't know why. And I think it's just because it's so long, but I know I'll probably fly through it if I'm enjoying it. Just honestly, Reckless was not that good. Let's move on to the last book of the video. I try to stick to these TBRs. It honestly really helps if I don't know what to read because I am a big mood reader, so having like this stack to choose from really helps in the month, but it kind of intimidates me if there's too many. So let's just pick number 5. You know, this kind of makes me realize that I should unhaul a lot. I know that's bad. Okay, this one I am intrigued about because it has been on my TBR, honestly, for a very long time as well. I believe I bought this book maybe on, I think on Book Outlet maybe, a long time ago. Maybe like 2021, 2022. But this is, I'm pretty sure, like either a YA or an adult romantasy. I have no idea what this book is about. Like, I won't even lie to you. This is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I know this one is very, like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of mixed reviews, but it was very popular for a while, and I bought it a long time ago. Like, I don't remember what this is about, but this also looks like this is probably gonna be a really quick read, honestly. Yeah, anyways, I don't know anything about it. I tend to do that with my books. I know it's kind of crazy, but I do tend to do that with my books where like I don't really look into them very much. Kind of very much a vibes picker. This is the 5th and final book on our TBR for the month of March, and like I said, that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm gonna talk to you about a couple of the other books that I will be reading this upcoming month. First of all, let me talk about this one. This is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Yes, this is a very uber long book and not in my usual genre, but this book is actually being lended to me, so I want to read it as soon as possible to get it back to them. So I'm hoping to, if I don't read this fully in the month of March, to at least get like a chunk done in The Nightingale. And then I'm also currently reading Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm hoping to finish this by the end of February, so honestly this might not be carried into March. This is one that I'm also currently reading and hoping to finish soon. With all that being said, I'm pretty sure that's it. So if you just give me a moment to rearrange everything, we will go over the 5 books I'm going to be reading in March. So let's go through our books one more time. We have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. We have Fearless by Lauren Roberts. We have Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. And finally, we have Love Does by Bob Goff. So that is it for my March TBR, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you look forward to me reading some of those books. Let me know if there's any other content that you would love to see from me and I would love to post it for you. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I hope that y'all are having a blessed day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!